Happy Saturday. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Trevor Gibbs. We are tracking some fog this morning as you head out the door. That might take down the visibility in many areas. Perhaps as you head to the Gate River run, we're tracking that forecast as well. Thankfully, good weather for all the runners this morning in Jacksonville, and warm afternoons and even a few chances of rain. But there is a dense fog advisory in effect for all of southeast Georgia and parts of North Florida, essentially along and north of Interstate 10. That's through 9 o'clock on your Saturday, as some areas of lower visibility not out of the question here, as you'll see in that hour-by-hour forecast for the Gate River run. Temperatures this morning, they're in the 60s, but pretty quickly will rise through the 70s. The humidity a bit higher today as well. We've had several days of an onshore flow bringing in some slightly more humid air across the area, and that's what we have today with a mix of sun and clouds and temperatures that'll be near 80 degrees by 11 o'clock this morning. And inland, we're going to be into the 80s today, and in some places well into the 80s with near record high temperatures inland. So a very warm Saturday afternoon expected, slightly cooler along the beaches, but still pretty warm today. And that is going to be the case over the next several days as we track temperatures in the middle to upper 80s for tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday as well. Now, the good news is that it does come with a very small chance of rain. Nothing significant expected, but we will get a better opportunity for some rain, especially on Sunday. So we'll time it out through this weekend. Here's 12 o'clock on your Saturday. Again, it's very warm, a lot of sunshine. And then this afternoon rolls around by 4 o'clock on your Saturday. An isolated to widely scattered shower, not out of the question. That's as the sea breeze moves inland, takes advantage of the daytime heating. And there could be a few spots of some light to briefly moderate rainfall. And then as that all moves inland, it'll encounter the Gulf Coast sea breeze, and that might ignite some slightly heavier rain closer to it along the I-75 corridor this afternoon and evening. So perhaps even an isolated storm, not out of the question. But you'll see here most spots are dry and it's not that significant. And we have the stage set for another round of some early morning fog on Sunday. Doesn't appear to be anything too widespread at this time with a wind more out of the south. But what is expected on Sunday is higher coverage of showers and even a few storms in the afternoon hours. So this is tomorrow. By the middle of the day, temperatures will be on either side of 80 degrees. And then notice by 3 p.m. we start to see some shower and even a few thunderstorms possible tomorrow afternoon and evening. And this will be more so along the I-95 corridor, so not inland like it has been over the last couple of days. So some areas tomorrow along I-95, even out to the beaches, could see a good soaker, which we so desperately need. Again, we're about 10 to 15 inches drier than average since September. So we're not going to get anything close to that, of course, but we certainly will take what we can get. And some spots where we do see the heavier rain could pick up a 1/4 of an inch of rain or even a 1/2 inch of rain, but it is still expected to be rather hit or miss. So tomorrow's hour-by-hour forecast, we start off pretty warm and then rise through the 80s in the afternoon. And also, remember, we lose an hour of sleep tonight as we spring the clocks an hour forward. The beginning of daylight saving time early tomorrow morning means that our sunrise will go from around 6:45 this morning. Tomorrow morning, the sunrise will be at 7:44. Tonight's sunset is 6:29. Tomorrow's sunset is 7:30. And so we'll see those longer days and warmer days in your 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Upper 80s in some places tomorrow. A lot of sunshine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but very warm. We've got mid-80s in the afternoon, 60s in the mornings. The Players next week, always a good time. We'll be tracking the potential for some showers and even a few thunderstorms on Thursday. That's as a cold front moves through. And of course, behind the cold front, temperatures drop a little bit. So we'll see some 50s Friday morning and 70s Friday afternoon.